Ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, welcome back to another reaction. Today we are doing Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande. This album, 3 reasons why we're doing it now. 1, Wicked Part 2 is coming out. Probably by the time you're watching this, it's probably already out. So that's reason 1. Reason 2, now we had quite a few people saying to react to Ariana Grande, which is one thing, but they also said to, react to Sweetener or Thank You Next. Why are you doing Eternal Sunshine now? This is her latest album, to my understanding, and I'm having quite the kick out of doing Taylor Swift kind of backwards in the reactions of seeing her most recent album and seeing how did we get here kind of moment when we're going backwards. So I think that's kind of fun, which is another reason why I'm doing this album, and also just kind of want to see where Ariana is at currently. So there might be a lot of context here that I'm going to be just completely missing because I just don't totally know a lot of her history. I'm going to be kind of a stand-in for the public opinion of her, in that really a lot of my understanding is what the internet has fed to me. We're going to keep an open mind, obviously, but if I say something, her being like, oh, like, this person maybe broke up with her or like is with her. I don't know. I don't know who's with her now. I don't know really totally who's with her previously, but I'll discuss that probably a little bit as we get into the album. But something to consider. And then 3, this album is it's my understanding that a lot of this album is produced by Max Martin, which I think is also really interesting considering we just did Life of a Showgirl, who was like executive produced by Max Martin. So I think it's also not just kind of an Ariana Grande reaction, but also I'm curious to see how Max Martin production differs with a different artist, and especially with this only being like a year difference, or even probably just by months even, when this was recorded or when this was released. I think that's also kind of fun as well. And again, just kind of curious to see how this is similar, how this is different. Those are kind of my reasons why we're doing Eternal Sunshine. This is going to be my first full album with Ariana Grande. Now, I have had a little bit more exposure to her than I feel like some of these other artists that I've done in the past. As you can see, I've already listened to Yes and. Growing up, I mean, I feel like she was kind of everywhere, so even some kind of sleeper cuts kind of made it my way. Like even there's a couple songs from Sweetener, like what are, I think it's Sweetener, REM. That song's banger. Into You, banger. Not totally unfamiliar with Ariana Grande, but not totally familiar either. Real quick, as we always do, we're going to read the Genius synopsis, then put it down and just read the lyrics as it comes up. We're not going to read the explanations. I think it's more fun just to kind of craft our own theory. So again, if I get anything wrong, oh well. It's our first reaction. It's not going to be our last, so I'm sure you'll tell me what I get wrong. Let's read this real quick just to get a little bit of a framing. Maybe this will provide a little bit of background and where Ariana is at the recording of this album. So, Eternal Sunshine is the 7th studio album of American singer-songwriter Ariana Grande, releasing March 8th, 2024. So, about like a year old or so. It's the follow-up to her critically acclaimed Grammy-nominated record Positions. The title is inspired by the 2004 film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which I haven't seen, but is on my list, so this may swing me in a direction to finally decide to watch this. But it is a story of a couple who have procedures to erase memories of each other after their breakup. Despite the positive name, it is a romantic tragedy. By late 2023, recording of new music had already begun. The upcoming era was teased through pictures posted on her personal social, as well as a caption from REM Beauty. Is that like, I know I just mentioned REM as the song, is that like her own beauty line or something? Teasing lyrics from the first single. On January 4th, 2024, the singer was spotted wearing a shirt with the saying Yes and, which was later confirmed as the album's lead single, released January 12th. Okay. Pretty good, I feel like, just kind of framing, even with why she named this album Eternal Sunshine, relating it to the album. Gonna get this out of the way early because we normally cover the album artwork. Kind of interesting album artwork. I like the colors. I feel like it's a very mature color palette, especially with it being more like browns and kind of more, it's less vibrant than, you think of like a pop album per se. So kind of like that, potentially going to get a little bit of a mature take. I think it's interesting her head kind of leaning like this, especially if, I'm going to read over here, but if there was procedures to erase memories after your breakup, I think it's kind of interesting her kind of portraying like her neck is like vulnerable and like her head, it kind of more exposed like that. I think it kind of might lend to that symbolically. Oh, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even see that the head that whose shoulder she's resting her head on. Okay, so she's being consoled by someone as well, or she's consoling in someone. Okay, I think that's pretty fair. I think I'm pretty much up to date on what I need to be up to date on. So this isn't really a long album at only 35 minutes and 32 seconds. I think it's just right to get into this. Fingers crossed we'll have a video under 1 hour. this time. Let's get into track 1. Intro. End of the World. Ariana Grande. Ooh. It's like kind of final scratch. I don't know.
How can I tell if I'm in the right relationship? Aren't you really supposed to know that shit? Feel it in your bones and own that shit. I don't know. Then I had this interaction I've been thinking about for like 5 weeks. Wonder if he's thinking about it too.
It's a really light synth line.
Wonder if he knows that that's been what's inspired me. Wonder if he's judging me like I am right now. I don't care.
I like that chord.
Make it worse for you. If the sun refused to shine,
I like mentioning the sunshine. Not just an album title, but mentioning the lyrics.
Would you want me there if the moon went dark tonight? And if it all ended tonight,
Super interesting arrangement.
would I be the one on your mind? You're mine. And if it all ended tomorrow, would you be the one on mine?
Okay, just a little intro. Really, a minute and a half of music. Probably don't have a whole lot to say off the jump, but something that, again, kind of leads sonically into this album cover of feeling a little bit more mature is it's really stripped back. Really, we just kind of had a guitar with some sort of like flangery chorus type effect. Had some kind of light strings, kind of lending to like an older timey kind of vibe. Kind of getting a hint of nostalgia there, just kind of bit on that. But no, I really kind of appreciate this, that it feels like this is just kind of setting the tone of her opening up to us, of what she's going to open up throughout this album. I think it's interesting. Intro, End of the World. Now, if this is kind of right out of the end of a relationship, yes, it's the intro to the album, but obviously it feels like this is the end of the world to her. Too much yapping. Let's just get into track 2. Let's see where this world kind of opens up from this beautiful intro. Synth string thing. Disco guitar chugs, okay. Some horns.
This ain't the first time I've been hostage to these tears. I can't believe I'm finally moving through my fears. At least I know how hard we tried, both you and me. Didn't we?
That synth tone is so interesting.
So I grabbed my stuff, quietly just pulled up in the driveway. It's time. Bye bye.
Wow. We're like full on disco here.
Bye bye. It's over. It's over again. Bye bye. I'm taking what's mine. Yeah. Bye bye. It's over. It's over again.
Quick pause. I really like what this bass line is doing. So there's kind of a technique with bass guitars and disco music. The bass is kind of holding a singular note and it's being sidechained, so it's kind of being ducked, and this ducking effect is kind of emulating that. So you have this synthetic kind of just the using electronic production to create this movement to fit this disco vibe, but not just being like totally like a disco cheese ripoff, but having it be modern. Super cool. Super duper cool.
My stuff quietly just pulled up.
I don't know who Courtney is.
Driveway. It's time. It's time. Bye bye. Boy bye. Bye bye. It's over. It's over again.
You can do the doom-da. Like that's another bass motion, which is not doing the up chugs on those, just going. Okay, well not happening here, but ooh, bridge section. Oh, nice line. Oh, we're keep going. Wow. Oh, the harmonies. Wow. Even the way her vocal went in there with that like higher run, it's almost like taking the place of like a synth run, but it's just her vocal. Not what I was really expecting totally sonically from this album. I have heard Yes and, so I guess kind of more so in line with that, but I wasn't really expecting it to be more up-tempo. Skim through these lyrics real quick just because I was mostly focused on the production, but boy bye, it's over. This ain't the first time I've been hostage to these tears, so likely in relation to, some other relationships that she's been in, so it's not like this is her first rodeo. Okay, I'm stronger than I think. Usually I join you on the dance floor, but this dance ain't for me. Usually I'd join you on the dance floor, but this dance ain't for me. Didn't think you'd lose me. Now it's too late to choose me. Okay, bars. One thing I do love that she did, certainly bittersweet, this hook feels too hard to sing. I love a self-aware artist when they lyrics that are about lyrics of the song are just lyrics about the song in general. I love that. I don't know, just kind of an interesting itch that it scratches for me. So, but also there's the emotional resonance behind it too, of her singing, boy bye and all that. It's she has, the passion behind it, boy bye, but it's she can't help but still feel some sort of, again, she mentions being bittersweet. So it's the energy is boy bye, but deep down, she still feels that, it still sucks. It still sucks. It is what it is, but, which I think, okay, classic Let Me Cook moment. Kind of interesting if we're gonna reference Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, or at least just kind of that general synopsis that we went through. Again, haven't seen the movie, so I might be totally wrong, but at least that kind of description of the two characters in the film, having surgery to forget themselves. It's yeah, they had that surgery to forget themselves. It's you can have the memories erased, and that's one thing, but it's something with trauma, or even just emotional trauma or physical trauma to the brain. Certain events can't just be forgotten. It truly affects the neuroplasticity of your brain. So I feel this kind of just three line portion here of the song, which I think was in the bridge, really kind of sums up the vibe of just, you can say that you're ready to move on, but you still have this kind of deep down, even if you're not consciously thinking about it, it's affected even your actions moving forward. I think that's kind of beautiful. So I don't know if this is totally what it is, but that's just kind of my interpretation. So I'm rolling with it. I kind of love that. But let's see where she's going. So it seems where the context of this album is going is, it seems she just kind of broke up, and this is kind of maybe going through the stages of this relationship with this album. But this is the confident period. This was by kind of a long pause here for this second track. But let's keep going into Don't Want to Break Up Again. Let's see what this one's about. Ooh. Yeah, bass. Ooh. The tone of that bass. It's Big Crush. Okay. Locking on the lyrics. I even love the rim. Ooh. Nice beat repeat thing. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I like the linger on the note. When you finally did, it was at the wrong time. Won't abandon me again for you. And okay, gonna pause. I'm gonna pause real quick. Actually, I know I said I was gonna let this go through, but I think it's important I pause here. I don't want to fuck with your head. It's breaking my heart to keep breaking yours again. Huh. So I don't know if we're early on in the denial stages here. Again, I don't know real world, or how if this is fictional, or if this is in relation to her actual relationships here. So if this is a character or her singing actually candidly about her real life experiences, please don't gun me down. Whether or not she's in the right or wrong here in this relationship is kind of at the point, because it seems she's already kind of jumping the gun of seemingly kind of taking the pressure here that it's her fault, which again, don't love. Hopefully we'll see some character development here. It's kind of sad. I fall asleep crying, you turn on the TV, you don't want to hear me. So it's just another fucking man in these albums of just not tending to her emotions or what she's kind of going through. I think it's also kind of interesting. The situationship has to end. Now, if she's in a relationship, why would she refer to it as a situationship? Unless if that's what she feels that it is, because she's not feeling like it's a relationship because of how little it's giving. It's very transactional than it is a one-on-one exchange here. So interesting. Won't abandon me again for you and I. Character development. Love that for you. All right, let's keep going. I like the phrasing here. These bridges are so good. It's breaking my heart to keep breaking yours again. This situationship has to end, but I just can't refuse. I don't wanna break up again. I love the way this bass tone is. I know I said it earlier, but it's so sizzly on top. Which nerd-ass music production thing, usually that bass, especially for like pop production like this, has kind of like a little bit of a sizzly bit, so that way if you play the song on speakers, like if you play it through your phone, it's not going to get that actual bass tone. You're going to get that little sizzle of the top, so you're still hearing the bass without hearing the bass. So, but I love the way that they did it here with kind of having this like bit crushed, kind of like sprinkly bit crust on top. Really cool way to kind of get that texture, but great song. Last one was cool. I like this one probably a little bit more. I like the little bit more true R&B vibe here. The disco vibe was cool, but I think Ariana's vocals just really are just kind of made for this kind of vibe. So I don't know if there is an album of hers that is more truly just like more focused on like this R&B-ish production. So if there is, whatever one that is, please let me know, because that was fire. I think I yapped enough about this song, subject matter wise. So I think we're just going to keep chugging. Let's get into track 4, Saturn Returns Interlude, which leads into Eternal Sunshine. I'm just going to let these two go into each other. Saturn Returns. Let's see what this is about. What does that mean?
When we're all born, Saturn's somewhere. And the Saturn cycle takes around about 29 years. That's when we've got to wake up and smell the coffee, because if we've just been sort of relying on our cleverness or relying, just kind of floating along, Saturn comes along and hits you over the head, hits you over the head, hits you over the head and says, wake up!
Ooh, nice little production there.
To get real about life and sort out who you really are.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna touch on this once the next song is over. I'm curious if this next track will explain a little bit more. Nice lead in though. Ooh. Laughter, ambiance. Nice little 2-chord switch up here. Is it gonna continue? Oh. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Oh, I love the tone of the synth line. And with the aggression of the bass. Get me out of this loop, Saturn? Okay, maybe.
So now we play our separate scenes. Now she's in my bed, laying on your chest. Now I'm in my head, wondering how
I didn't know Ariana got like that. Okay.
I'll be the first to say I'm sorry. Now you got me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons, all my lies. Let you play me like Atari. Now it's like
okay, nice. Oh, cool little production, sprinkling with Atari, have the little video game ass little synth thing.
You're just my eternal sunshine, sunshine.
Oh, what a weird phrasing of that second sunshine.
You try to wipe my mind.
Okay.
Just so I feel less
Eternal
insane.
sunshine, wipe my mind.
Rather feel, so now we play separate scenes. Now he's in your bed, I'm laying on my chest. Now I'm in my
Now he's in your bed, laying on my chest.
How it ends, ends. And I'm supposed to say I'm sorry.
I love this synth
Got
pad.
me feeling sorry. I showed you all my demons, all my lies. Let you play me like Atari. Now
Yeah, I'm getting the synth trickle there.
Hope you feel alright when you're in her.
Ooh, wow. Damn.
You're just my eternal sunshine, sunshine. Won't break,
Ooh.
shake this fate.
Yeah.
Rewrite, deep breaths, tight chest, life, death, rewind. Won't break, shake this.
I love these like pizzicato strings in the back. Oh, nice little. Wow, the timing of these hits are super unique. Ooh, now we're getting subdued. Wow, another really cool track. Okay, I know I just said I was looking for more R&B cuts, and then she delivered, so thank you, appreciate that. I don't care what people say. We both know I couldn't change you. Now she's in my bed, laying on your chest. So is someone cheating on her? I'm in my head wondering how it ends. Is this something that she thinks is happening, that is actually happening, or is this something that's actually happening? I'm not sure. I showed you all my demons, all my lies, that you played me like Atari. I think that's kind of interesting juxtaposition, unless she's saying, I think it's just saying that she opened up, but he kind of didn't. So I found a good boy and he's on my side. Doesn't sound like it. You're just my eternal sunshine. Unless if this is, I found a good boy and he's on my side, he's referring to whoever is replacing this guy. So before is, now she's in my bed laying on your chest. Now he's in your bed laying on my chest. Now, I don't know if this is, again, I'm kind of thinking about it. I don't know if this is like a cheating thing, or just kind of the dynamic here of her. If this song being Eternal Sunshine, I don't know if she's even referencing herself. And this is like her after having this, like, the Eternal Sunshine procedure. Now he's in your bed, like this part of her, either she's looking back candidly, at the past, thinking of herself laying on my chest. So it's like an ego self sort of thing here going on. Maybe I'm thinking too deep here, but if that's what the movie's about, maybe that's what's going on here. But she's like divorced these kind of two versions of her now versus her in the past with this guy. And that's kind of weird, this framing of your bed talking to she, but my chest referring to also her. Might be reading too far into that, but I think that would be kind of a cool little thing here with the song title and the context matter. Now, I hope you feel all right when you're in her, though, is kind of crazy, which makes me think that it might not be about herself, might be about someone else. Not totally sure. So she really just kind of feels like she's stuck in the cycle, though, of either thinking about this or even being in these relationships. All right. Bigger track, though. Gave us a lot to kind of work on. How does it relate to Saturn Returns? I don't know. I don't know quite yet. I'm going to kind of put a pin on that. We'll maybe get back to that, of what that meaning is. I think we'll unravel that as we get further, but let's keep going. Let's get into track 6, Supernatural. Ba-bam.
Don't want nobody else around me.
Ooh.
Just need you right here.
Okay.
Like the only thing that I
Okay, The Weeknd.
It's crystal clear.
Ooh.
I want you to complain.
There's like a really interesting, like, high top percussion loop that's panning between both ears. Or even just like the panning on the snare, but ooh. This is just total 80s synth pop, like core as hell. Which if she's going supernatural, kind of giving like Stranger Things, kind of like that VHS 80s vibe. I like that. Okay, she mentioned the soon with the sunshine before. Ooh, like that pause there. I do, nice. Ooh. Ooh. That's a very 80s breathy vocal pad here. Definitely out of a keyboard. I mean, you have the higher vocals. Ooh. Whoa! Excuse me? Production said, shut the hell up. All right. My fault. Wow, vocals. Got this offbeat hi-hat thing. I don't have a super lot to say about the song. Just kind of a bop, just kind of a fun bop. I'd be curious to know, I know Yes and it said that was the first single, and I do remember that coming out because I have it liked and I have listened to that song, but I would not be surprised if this was a single. Sounds very single-ish, and that its subject matter was pretty focused. I feel like it didn't super develop the lore of the story of this album so far. Kind of reiterated on some themes. But I think that's also kind of important to reiterate and to kind of hammer home some of these ideas of her feeling like she's just being possessed by these guys who are seemingly potentially not the best for her, and she's still kind of falling into it, or even that she's falling for it, but that she's staying in it as well, which is another thing as well. Some fun production though, cool little ear candy bits, but yeah, just a bop. All right, we're about halfway done. Some of these tracks again are really short, so I'm just gonna keep going along. Let's see what track 7, True Story's about.
True story about all the lies.
Okay, the lies again. Ooh. Nice chord there.
About all the games I know you play. No, this is not what I need.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, Joji.
Ain't gonna happen to me.
Ooh. Ah, the dissonance on that. Yeah. Whoa. Ooh. Bass tone is crazy. Ooh. Got like a UK drill like woo thing with that bass line. Oh, this bass line is going crazy. Nice little panning chime. Yeah, that. Okay, I'm just gonna let her riff here. Wow. Ooh. Hard cut there. Cool drum pattern, one. But at first I thought, I was like, okay, true story about all the lies. So we're kind of getting that lies, talking about this again, the subject matter, like the behind what's going on with this relationship. So I was like, at first I was kind of like, oh, this is just kind of like a reiteration track. But there's a couple lines here. I'll play the villain if you need me to. I know how this goes. I'll be the one you pay to see, play the scene. Roll the cameras, please. I think it's interesting. Roll the cameras, please. I don't know if she just feels like she's under the spotlight of this person that she's with, or if maybe this is roll the cameras in relation to like paparazzi, maybe. But again, a lot of reiteration of, this is not what I need, not what I want. So I really appreciate that. I feel like that those couple lines here is what separates this song from some of the previous tracks, and that this is really seeming like a kind of a break in her thought process of, you know, she kind of felt more negative and down on some of those last tracks, where this is kind of her like locking the fuck in and being like, okay, this is not good. We gotta get out of here. Give me love. That's what she's looking for. But I mean, I'll play the bad girl if you need me to, if it makes you feel better. It's like still kind of feeding into this a little bit, but definitely more she's on top here, right? So good character builder for the album sake. And if this is a true story, love that for her. Let's get into track 8, The Boy Is Mine. Seems to have a fair amount of streams, so let's see what this one's about. Maybe this is a single, maybe not, but this is gonna bop. I already know the way this hi-hat's coming in. Yeah. Oh.
How can it be you and me? Might be meant to be. Can
wow.
See it? But I don't wanna cross no sea. I'm usually so unproblematic, so independent. Tell me why? 'Cause the boy is mine. Something about him is
The Boy Is Mine.
made for somebody.
Who sings that song?
You like me, baby, come over.
Isn't that like an R&B song? Ooh. That chime again? Oh! Oh! Wait. Whoa! That actually gave me goosebumps. That was so cool. The way it just like pulled the tempo down just slightly, then it went back into the chorus. Okay, I gotta run that one more time. Oh! The backing synth line too. Vocoder. Wow, this has to be a single. This is doing everything right here. Perfect cuts of like the release of these bass tones too. So cool. Okay, intertwine, stars align, astrology, Saturn maybe? The synth line! Yeah! These bridges, dude! Can't tell if those were like strings or if it was like a sense. On the beat, no beat, and then oh my god, on beat too. Don't do music or like, don't do music like that. You're gonna be like, what are you talking about? Wow, that was fire. That should have been okay. Yes, and fire, but that was pop perfection. That was honestly for like a modern R&B like pop cut like this did everything right. All those small elements, the ear candy of just kind of things cutting, super duper wide mix, and then slow down, so cool. Wow. The boy's mine. Watch me take my time. I can't believe my mind. Boy is divine. The boy is divine. Now, I think that's kind of an interesting line, saying the boy is divine, because didn't she dated Mac Miller, right? Rest in peace. The divine feminine, the boy is divine. I don't know if intentional or even what she's referencing, but I think that's kind of an interesting kind of play there. I take full accountability for these tears. Promise you it's not usually like me. Shit, it's like news to me. I can't ignore my heart, boy. The boy is mine. So this is her, like, if the last song was kind of her beginning to lock in, this is her like truly locking in, like this is what I want. I know what I want, so I'm gonna get it if I want it type track. So love that for her. Love that for the narrative of the album. Interesting. I'd love to read up on this line though. I'm kind of curious if there's a connection there. Okay, I'm gonna get into the next track, Yes and, which again we have heard. It's a bop, but haven't listened to it really with headphones. So we'll see how this sounds on headphones. I genuinely believe that this is one of those songs that got away. Like almost 700 million streams is a lot, but I think the song should have popped even more. Every time when I've heard the song going out, it's just a blast. Great line. Great line. Can you go on that? There's like a little percussion thing I'm hearing in my left ear that I haven't really heard without having headphones on. Oh. I'm not gonna have a super lot to say on this song just because I've heard this already. So the first reaction is gonna be kind of lost here. So just vibe out. Oh, I love the harmony on the and. Oh, those vocal hits are so good in the harmony. Okay, that's right.
Your energy is yours, and mine is mine. What's mine is mine.
Oh, what is this vocal? Bang, 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 bang.
Don't comment on my body, do not reply.
Okay, either to this man or to the paparazzi and kind of what we've discussed previously in this. Oh, Bros hit the clean version, my bad. Alright. Wait, no we're not. Wait, you just said... Okay, that was weird. I thought she said the line, but okay. Okay, vocals, gotta say it there. Oh! The harmony stack is so dense. Like, hear that. It's so dense and so, if you weren't in choir, maybe may or may not get what I'm talking about. Like, but there's like a dissonant element to that. But it's like, dissonance is not a bad thing in harmony, because when it resolved, it's going to be so much more freaking epic. And that means that the harmony stack is so big that you are getting dissonant territory. And sometimes you got to hold a singular note when other notes are moving, and that creates that kind of dissonance. But once it kind of goes back, it releases and it's freaking awesome. And she's just kind of whipping that out whenever she pleases because she can. And I love that about this song. Yeah, just a banger. That's all I got to say. This is really her kind of moving on the energy from the last song, being like, last song was kind of apparently if the last song was her pretending to be what she thinks the media is, this is her like really locking in on that. So this song has a bajillion streams, which I have not heard. Let's get into track 10. Why Can't We Be Friends? Oh, track 10, We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love. Oh, okay, interesting. Wow, we got really quiet here. Never mind, we're going to the club.
I didn't think you'd understand
bass line?
me.
It's gonna be like a Europop type thing.
How could you ever even try?
I hear the bass line. Just super duper filtered. Ooh.
I don't wanna
Beautiful synth tone.
tiptoe, but I don't wanna hide, but I don't wanna feed this monstrous fire.
Mention fire again?
Just wanna let this story die.
Wow, this bass is so subdued, so it's gonna hit Yeah, it's gonna hit so much more in the chorus. Oh, it's so wide too.
You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again. Wait for your love.
Oh, good chord.
I'll wait for your love.
Yep.
Me and my truth, we sit in silence.
Okay, cool.
Baby girl, it's just me and you.
Wow, the bass gets so muffled on these verses. Like, it's opened up a little bit more in the second verse, but
you got me misunderstood, but at least I look this good.
ooh,
I don't like how you paint me.
8-bit ass synth. Beautiful though. Keeping the same chord progression as the chorus, so I don't know if this is a bridge. It feels like a bridge, but it's the same chord, so I don't know.
Just pretend.
Wow.
You cling to your papers.
Wow, the discipline.
Wait until you like me.
Doing a full
again. Wait
8
for
bars
your
before
love.
coming back in.
I'll wait for your love.
And that synth coming back in
I'll wait
that was
for your
introduced during the bridge or whatnot.
love. I'll wait for your love.
Great layering with that. That dissonant damn harmony she's doing again, that's fire. Like, not dissonant, dissonant. And that back and forth is perfect. Ooh. Wow, strings and horns? Very triumphant. Did you say triumphant? Triumphant? Let's, I said a lot about this production. Let's do a quick read through again of the lyrics because I'm just so damn locked in on the production here. I don't want to compare too much to Life of a Showgirl, but that's kind of our standout reaction of having reference with Max Martin. But I like him here a little bit more, at least what he's doing here. Maybe it's just his relationship with Ariana, but I think he's working better with Ariana. But anyways, if the last song was her kind of getting that confidence of, I don't want to say anger, but just kind of like blind just expression of just feeling like she's letting things go. This is not her letting things go. I feel like this is her directly talking to this person now. Like, she internalized a lot of stuff throughout this album, and now this is kind of her actually expressing it here. Like, the last song was her building up the confidence to say what she wanted to say in the song, which I think is kind of beautiful for the kind of trend of the story of this album. So fire. Okay, quick pause. I gotta let my cat in. I hear him meowing at the door. Say hello to Toulouse, guys. Say hello to Toulouse. We got a friend. What's going on, buddy? Hey. Sweetest boy. I don't know if you can hear him purring. All right. Great song though. Great song. Let's keep chugging. We got 3 more tracks. Let's just kind of roll this out. Let's get into track 11. I Wish I Hated You. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Track 11, I Wish I Hated You. Wow, beautiful synth ringtone type vibe, but not derogatory.
Hung all my clothes in the closet you made. Your shoes still in boxes, I send them your way. Hoping life brings you no new pain.
Ooh, there's some noise there. Ooh, harmony? Waltz tempo? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nice little 3/4 waltz thing here. Ow. Watch out, bud.
And no matter how easy things could be if I did. And no matter how guilty I still feel saying it. I wish I hated you.
Whoa. Cool vocal cut
I
there.
wish that weren't true. Wish there was worse to you. I wish you were worse to me.
Yeah, okay, this is a good,
I wish I hated you.
I don't say good
Our shadows
thing that she's
dance
mentioning
in
here,
a
but
parallel plane.
relatable.
Just two different endings you learn to repair.
Our shadows dance
I
in a
learned
parallel
to keep
plane.
me in one place.
Interesting.
So close and yet so far. If only we had known from the start. But no matter how I try to, and no matter how I want to, and no matter how easy things could be if I did, and no matter how guilty I still feel saying.
Sorry, just that one my cat the whole time.
I wish that weren't true. Wish there was worse to you. I wish you were worse to me. Yeah, I wish I hated you.
Okay, I'm gonna say what I gotta say in a minute. I know at the beginning I said that potentially I wasn't sure if Ariana was the dynamic with who she was with was more so actively against, like this guy actually did something against her, or if she thinking that she did something wrong. Maybe it's a little bit more mutual, and just because it's mutual doesn't make it any better. Again, I don't know all the real world context, so maybe I'm missing something, but just because you're breaking up with someone mutually and on good terms, it doesn't mean it still has to feel good. I rearrange my memories. I try to rewrite our life, but no matter how hard I try, no matter how I want to, I wish I hated you. So she's just wishing that she had a reason to get rid of this person out of her life rather than, them just growing indifferent or whatever the reason is, which unfortunately is just kind of the way it be. Sometimes life happens and either you find that you're not romantically, compatible. Maybe, maybe you guys can still try to be good friends, whether you're in the camp that believes you can be still friends or not after a relationship isn't really the point. But it's a shame because it's like you guys are compatible on 9 out of 10 things, but unfortunately this one kind of keystone thing you're not, so it just kind of crumbles apart. So it's really just kind of a longing for what could have been. So that's kind of the vibe I got from this. If the last couple songs were building up, last song was kind of explaining to this person, expressing, that's one thing, but this is kind of feels like kind of the come down from that. So all right, let's get into the final stretch here. We got 2 more tracks. Imperfect for you, track 12. Ooh, we're getting that guitar again. I don't think we've really heard that guitar since the beginning. Whoa.
Come take my hand.
Oh, vocal.
Throw your guitar and your
Cool chord.
clothes in the backseat. My love.
Whoa, that chord is so.
Understand, but I'll hold your hurt in the box here beside me.
Oh.
How could we know we'd rearrange all the cosmos? We crashed and we burned. Now I just can't go where you don't go. And usually I'm fucked up.
Whoa, bass.
Too much, but I love you like you need me.
Oh, I love you too, buddy.
Imperfect for you.
Whoa.
Messy, complete.
What a crazy little harmony switch up there.
Like that since I met you. Imperfect for you.
Whoa.
Let's go tonight.
That's some crazy chord shift there.
Till tomorrow. We have
Yeah, the dun. If we hold that note, it's totally not in the key. That's so cool.
How could we know that this was a happy disaster? I'm glad we crashed and burned. I'll never forget when
I'm glad we crashed and burned.
You said usually I'm fucked up, anxious, too much, but I love you like you need me to. Imperfect for you, messy,
Imperfect for you.
completely.
Okay, when I'm reading it out like that, it's like I'm perfect for you, but this kind of goes back to that incompatibility sort of thing. It's like you have everything, but it's still kind of not enough. But Interesting. Okay, that's kind of, now that I'm reading that out, it's beautiful phrasing.
But I'm not like that since I met you. How could we know we'd make the bad stuff delightful? I'm glad we crashed and burned. I know we'll be there for each
I think it's interesting she says, I'm glad we crashed and burned, because I thought the last track she said that she wished for that, but it wasn't that.
Anxious too much, but I love you like you need me to. Imperfect fire.
Okay, some really cool, wacky song things going on here that are really cool for a music nerd. As a song, I'm a little bit torn on this one. I don't hate it by any means. I just don't think it's totally necessary. Again, I think it's just kind of a little bit of a reiteration here of kind of the last couple of tracks. Understand if Yes and is kind of, or even The Boy's Mind is kind of like, I don't know, you guys see the last couple here, just kind of like a motivational boost here, and then we're kind of on like a downward swing of expressing these feelings. This track kind of feels less like, getting to like the falling action and being more just kind of like of a plateau, which again isn't necessarily a bad thing, staying in this vibe and just kind of staying in that vibe and reiterating these kind of ideas to really kind of drive it home and hammer it home. But this is a song I'd listen to in the context of the album. I don't know if I'd listen to necessarily as like as a solo song, just because I think some of these other songs surrounding this song have kind of done this a little bit better. Plus, I think there's just kind of a lot of repetition here of this song, too, of just this Imperfect for You reiteration of kind of this chorus. Kind of happens a lot, too, so it's not like there's kind of too much other subject matter being brought up in the song. You can make the argument, I know I have been kind of making this case of, repetition legitimizing with songs, of, repeating phrases as being like a mantra for the artist expressing these thoughts of feeling that she's imperfect for you. So maybe this is her just kind of reiterating this in her head of just kind of going through this, which could be the case, but again, as a song, I don't know if it necessarily helps or benefits the song, so, which is another thing. So let's get into the last track. Let's see how this wraps up. We got track 13, Ordinary Things, featuring Nonna. Okay, we kind of have that vinyl crackle again. But these horns? Whoa, beautiful production here.
We could go pop all the shit.
Whoa.
In
Okay.
California.
I wasn't expecting it to go this vibe.
In Tokyo, if you wanna. Hypothetically, we could do anything that
She's juking me out with where these vocal
we could hit up
hands
all
are
the
going.
slopes in matching snowsuits. We could hang out at the Louvre all night if you want to. We could spend every dime, but I don't.
I love the tone of this one. And these horns feel very, they're kind of dark now, but it feels kind of triumphant. Ordinary? Is she British? Nice vocal chop. I like this kind of loop of this.
You hit just like the first sip of wine after a long day. You hit like my biggest fan when I hear
Got
what the critics say. You hit just like a green
that reverb on the second hit. Love that. Nice variety. Interesting as an outro. Let's see how this goes. Nice bassline action.
And when he'd come home and I'd see him and this gets off that train, it was like God Almighty arrived. It was like seeing daylight. I mean, I could have packed up and left a million times. It's not that we never fought. You can overcome that. It's very easy. And that's I told her, never go to bed.
So this is her Nonna. I thought Nonna was like an artist. That's actually so sweet.
Don't ever do that. And if you can't, and if you don't feel comfortable doing it, you're in the wrong place. Get out.
is that her Nonna in the cover? Maybe? I'm going to be honest, if it is, she's got some great hair, but I'm going to run with that. That's very sweet. Interesting. First half of the song is just fantasizing about all these things they could do if they're together type beat, but I want to read through these Nonna lines again. When he first gets off the train, it was like God Almighty arrived. It was like seeing daylight. So Nonna referred to, being in this relationship with this person, presumably her grandfather, as being like daylight, eternal sunshine. Okay, very easy. And as I told her, so is she talking to someone else in regards to Ariana, or is she talking to her mom? I don't know. Never go to bed without kissing goodnight. It's the worst thing to do. Don't ever do that. I think it's kind of beautiful to have her Nonna. Obviously, her Nonna gave birth to her mother, who gave birth to her. So she's kind of like the success story here of a relationship. I think it's kind of interesting and beautiful having her on this album, not just, being a grandmother, emotional pull at the end of an album. That's kind of one thing, but with kind of Ariana being in this seemingly loop of being in these relationships or whatnot. I think it's interesting that she added this kind of bit at the end, her talking to Nonna, or her Nonna, getting perspective from someone who has kind of completed that cycle, and has got that sunshine. And if the cycle is eternal sunshine, and if Nonna's talking about sunshine being, that the person that she's with, and this is the eternal bars. Okay, that's fire. I'm gonna do the end album recap here. Eternal Sunshine, Ariana Grande, cool album. I'm probably missed out on a lot of references in terms of who she's talking about in particular. I couldn't tell you. I know I mentioned Mac Miller at one point. I knew that there was the bit about her, wasn't she with like Pete Davidson or something, which I don't believe that she's with anymore. But any other partners that she could potentially have been with, I have no idea. So I don't know who is in the context of this album, but it seems like this is kind of more so not just about maybe just one, but more so her just talking just kind of love in general and just kind of her experience with it. I feel like that's just this eternal sunshine, which I feel like I just kind of referenced here. It's just kind of this vicious cycle and her relation to this. So hopefully it just becomes sunshine and isn't eternal. Hopefully she can kind of break out of this cycle. So there's kind of a bit of a bittersweetness of this album, just as a general, just thematically. It's like, yeah, she kind of got out of this situation, but hopefully she can break out of the cycle too and find someone who actually cares about her and that she can reciprocate in. I feel like that's been kind of a common thread, and I feel like a lot of these albums that touch upon these relationships, and that there's kind of a lot of one side in this, 70-30, not a whole lot of reciprocation. So hoping all these pop girlies that we've been covering can find a 50-50 balance here with who they're with and can just be happy. But that being said, it doesn't seem like the framing of this album was totally sad, because even on production, we were pretty up tempo for like most of this. Part of it, I feel like at the beginning was less, I feel like the beat was up a little bit more up tempo, but kind of the words behind it didn't really have maybe a whole lot of confidence behind them in kind of how she felt emotionally, which I think kind of be an interesting juxtaposition of kind of moving her along. But kind of near the end or middle end, really kind of feels like, these beats are happening and she's kind of actively feeling like more confident in herself, and that she doesn't really need to be with this person. She might deep down still want to be this person, and I touched upon it at the beginning about this kind of neuroplasticity of being affected by these people, and that's okay, but you can still be affected by people but also still move on with the people that you've been with. So there's kind of a bit of a duality here in life, but also this album. So great album. Some real bops, some real R&B bops. I was really kind of rooting for that at the beginning, so I'm glad that it paid off. Max Martin really did his thing here. I really loved some of the production choices he did. Also, nice different variety that I've heard of him previously, so I'm excited to kind of get to learn more about Max Martin also as we go through these albums. But yeah, Eternal Sunshine, Ariana Grande, banger. I didn't really do the spiel at the beginning, but we do these reactions live on Twitch on Mondays, early reaction uploaded on Patreon, typically by Wednesday, if not earlier, and videos usually out by Friday, so consider that for future videos. But if you want an uncut version of this reaction, that'll be on Patreon. And for next week, we're going to be reacting to Evermore, so all those that have been begging me to react to that, we're going to get to that. And then also we're going to do the Long Pond Studio Sessions, Taylor Swift. That's going to be a Patreon exclusive, at least as of right now. So something to consider as well if you're interested in that. That should hopefully be up by the time this video is actually out on YouTube. So anyways, thanks for being here. As always, I'll catch you in the next one.